Name's Christian Lee here for Earworm Digital, and we're here with.
Lola Violet.
Well, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Good. I like your outfit, by the way.
Thank you. I'm trying to really go for this new cobalt blue color.
Funny you ask, because I heard, like, rumor has it you are going through a little bit of rebrand. Is that like kind of the aesthetic you're going for?
It is the aesthetic I'm going for. I've always been super into blue. I've always been super into monochrome, and I kind of figured, how can I combine both? How about I just wear blue all the time? So that's gonna be my new thing.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And it does give off a little bit of, I guess, similar to. There's two albums that really come to mind when it comes with this color for like this year.
hmm
It's the Marias with their album, and then Billie Eilish too.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love both of them. Funny you brought those up.
And then also too, because you're going through a little bit of a rebrand. Because I've listened to some of your older stuff, but then I've noticed the music you've posted like the past recently, in the past year. One song was called Void, which is my favorite, by the way, and the other one,
Thank
Grave.
you. Yes. I've really tried to just hone into this dark pop sound. I like to coin the term chaos pop because I
Yeah.
feel like I'm in the pop genre and I've always been, but I feel like everything is just so different. I'm always releasing different vibes of pop, whether it's indie pop or hyper pop or more center pop. But I'm really trying for dark pop now. And Grave was like a Halloween special kind of vibe. But yeah, everything I've been releasing lately and want to release in the future, very much dark pop, Britney and Lana vibes.
Oh, okay, Britney. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay, I see you. Well, that is funny because I think one of my favorite songs, also one of the songs that are like, I think it's been most popular for you, was that cover you did of Londo, right? Too. You
Yes.
think that was just like a little taste? You're like, you were dabbling in that style, and then
You know,
when it went well, you're
I
like,
guess I
let me do it.
was. It's funny because at the time I recorded those covers, I actually only knew a few songs by Lana, which is crazy. Like I wasn't a hardcore stan yet. I just had never really gotten into it. And I heard these covers or her songs and I was like, whoa, this is so good. And then after I released them and the song started doing well, I was like, why haven't I checked out her other music before? And I was just mind blown. And it really became a big influence for my music.
What's been your favorite album from her?
Oh my gosh.
I think for me, it's probably NFR.
I would agree. I
Mhm.
would agree.
Because I think that, I mean, everyone knows like Ultraviolence and everything, but I think after I listened to that album, that's like when it all clicked for me. I'm like, wow, like she's got it.
Yeah, no, 100%. I love that she just isn't it's her own genre. Like I don't know how to describe it because you have pop and you have, ballad singer-songwriter and you have Lana. I feel like it's so different from anyone else and it's just you know it's Lana. Even if someone else was singing her song, you'd still know it's a Lana song.
Yeah, she's been very unique because, oh my gosh, she even had one album. Did you know there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard?
Yes.
Crazy, yeah.
That was
And some
really
of her
good.
song titles too. She's so good though.
She's so talented.
But that's not saying you aren't talented too. But let's go back to a little bit about Graves and Void too. You said you're doing like a little bit more dark pop, a little bit of chaos pop, as you could
Yeah.
say. But what made you decide to do those song titles? Because
Um
they are very dark.
I gotta be honest, they both sound so dark looking at them now because I didn't
Yeah,
even because Grave is its own thing. It was just a Halloween song, and Void's actually gonna be on my new project. But
makes
I gotta
sense.
say, I'm kind of boring with the song titles. I gotta get on Lana's level with that because, the hook is, I can feel the void, I can feel the
Hmm.
void. So I was like, let's just call it Void because it's easy to remember. But I guess, yeah, they're pretty dark names and pretty upbeat vibes. So kind of
It's
contradictory.
true, I guess.
Yeah.
But can you give us like an idea or just like a taste of like what one of the songs would be like?
Yeah, so Void's actually on this new
Yeah.
project. So I would say that a lot of it is similar to that, but I would say more party, exciting vibes.
And then because I think we both talked about it, and you could tell I think there is an influence from Artemis from Void as well.
Absolutely.
And you're saying what, just like Britney and Lana are influenced to these songs too, or
I would say
anyone
so
else?
Void leans more Artemis, and
Mm-hmm.
I would say the other songs very much lean Britney. Very, very much. I really try to channel my inner Britney for these ones. And I was so inspired by her, especially when I started really writing music in college and just really realizing I wanted to do this full time. I just kind of discovered Britney too. Growing up, I really only listened to like Katy Perry and Selena Gomez. I really just had no idea there was other music that existed. And I feel like when I got to college, I was exposed to so much other pop,
Yeah.
from the 90s, early 2000s. And I just didn't realize where I'd been my whole life. And I feel like that really just catalysted this, you know, inspiration to start making music like this.
Because I heard that you I think fell in love with music when you were in high school, right?
I
That's because you're
did.
doing musicals, but then you're like, "You know what? Maybe the musical part, like, the acting part's not really my cup of tea, but I do like the music part."
Yeah, yeah. I really just memorizing lines was so stressful to me and also doing it in front of a live audience. Singing, I was so comfortable, but the second I would start saying lines in front of a live audience, I was just like, this is not for me. And also dancing, I am not a dancer. I cannot dance. I'd love to learn. I'm trying to work on it. But
I mean, I've seen
yeah.
some of your TikToks, and, you're dancing there.
Oh, yeah, it's like TikTok dancing though. But I just really, yeah, I don't know. I just really love singing. I fell in love with it in high school, especially. I was in a band. It was called house band. I went to a little small, interesting high school. And every week we had these assemblies. And during the assemblies, the house band would get to perform at them. And I don't think the house band had ever had a singer before. And so I was
Oh,
just, it
really?
was like my
Wow.
own private concert every week. And everyone at my school had to watch me for like an hour every single week. And I loved it. So I realized it was for me. I loved performing. I fell in love with it. I wrote my first song in high school too because I didn't even realize until I was in high school. I didn't even know what a bass guitar was going into high school. Like I really just I played classical piano and that was it. And when I got there, I saw all these people my age playing and writing songs and I was like, "Wait, kids can write songs? Teenagers can write?" I had no idea. I thought songwriting was just for old people. Like I literally was so I just had no clue. And it wasn't like TikTok was a thing back then. Like social media, everyone, I just followed my friends on Instagram. I didn't know, like on TikTok now, if I was that age, I would have seen so many people my age writing songs. But I genuinely, like Billie Eilish, I was like, that's a rarity. Like people my age don't write songs. I had no idea.
I guess when that happened, it was kind of, like, in between dark ages because I think Vine died,
Yeah.
and then TikTok hasn't blown up yet. So, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it was just Billie, and then I saw people my age writing songs, and I thought it was uncommon. I was like, "That's such a fluke that Billie Eilish is blowing up and she writes her own music. Like, children don't write their own music." I just had no idea, and then I just saw so many people my age in the band and new students coming in who are writing, and I was just mind blown.
You've performed at multiple shows just, like, throughout LA too, but I think a big one for you. Tell me about when you performed at your first festival in September, right?
Yes, recently I performed at the Reeperbahn Festival in Germany, which was such a huge milestone. I'm actually a full-time TikTok streamer as well.
So did you get that through TikTok or how?
Yes, yes, I won a competition, it was music-based, and I literally live streamed for so many hours in a row, just singing and singing and singing until I couldn't sing anymore, and I won. I was in the top 3, so I got to, be flown to Germany and perform at a festival, which was just life-changing, and there was a problem with, my time slot, and they ended up moving me to the headlining spot, which was
Wow,
really cool,
that's
so
cool.
bucket list for sure.
Going through your TikTok, so you definitely have some hardcore fans and everything, but you say you go through TikTok, you do TikTok, and you do TikToks like, you go on live every night. What
Every
was your
night.
decision behind that? Because that's honestly, that's pretty grueling, I would say.
Yeah, I feel like I get grilled for this a lot behind my back because I talk about this a lot, but I'm a big fan of instant gratification. And I know there's a lot of people in the especially in the music industry who say that it's bad to chase instant gratification, but I love it. I like to move. I have ADHD. I don't
Oh,
like to
yeah.
sit and wait for things to come to me. I don't like to wait for, the universe to bring it the right time. Like I'm going to chase that and then maybe meet the universe in the middle. Like I really believe in like you have to chase what you want. And there's people who like might have to work harder to get somewhere whereas, there's some people in life, everything just, it looks like it just comes to them. But for me, I really love instant gratification. And one thing with TikTok is I know every single night of that live stream, I'm at least going to get one new fan. And even that is a win for me. And that's not something you can do anymore in terms of live shows. In 2019, I tried to do smaller live shows around LA. But I realized that it's not like, the olden days or even in the 90s where, managers and agents and producers would come out to clubs or venues and see artists perform and sign them right then and there. It doesn't work like that
Yeah.
anymore. It's only through social media. And here I was alone in LA bringing my giant piano that's my height. I'm like 5'2", 5'3", and my piano's enormous. I don't play guitar well enough to bring it out. And just bring all that equipment, setting it up, going in sketchy areas alone in LA, barely making money, spending more money on gas and, paying all the sound people when I could just be my own sound person,
True.
work from home and go live every single night in a warm, heated environment where I feel safe and there's more people coming in every night and the algorithm's bringing me in followers and engagement. Even if there's a night where my live doesn't do well, to me it's still instant gratification because I'm in control of that and I feel like there's so few things you can have control of in this industry.
And I think it's interesting too because I think in college, maybe it was your last year or something, you were busking in, like, Santa Monica Pier.
That
And
too,
yeah,
yeah.
but then you realize you're like, "Wait, I could just be doing TikTok, and I could gain fans that way as well instead of just being out there in the cold." You're like you said, you're, like, just in a heated environment now.
Yeah, no, it was a lot to go there every day, and you weren't even guaranteed a spot. You were competing against people whose whole livelihood was doing art, out in the pier, and you're competing for a spot because there's not enough for everyone to have a spot a day. So you have to go in the morning, and there was a raffle, and you'd have to write your name down, and then only one person per party could write their name down. There was like a big, old pretzel jar, and this woman at 12 p.m. would pick names, and as she picked, you got to choose what spot you wanted, but you couldn't have two musicians that were too close to each
Yeah.
other. And then at 3 p.m., you had to pack everything up. So I had a tent, I had soundboards, equipment, wires, pack everything up, go back to the front where the lady with the pretzel jar was. You have to
Just
put
do it
your
again.
name in
Really?
again.
Oh.
Yeah, twice and it was hell because if you didn't get that first spot in the morning, you don't want to wait around until 3 p.m. and do
Yeah,
nothing. But then if you get the morning spot, I did not like
that makes
it.
sense.
Yeah, it was really great for learning how to interact with
Mhm.
people and deal with, random creepy people coming up to me. I'm really good at,
Yeah.
dodging those people now. But yeah, it's so much better to just live stream at home, and I do miss live performing a lot, but I think until I can really build up my listener base, I feel like it's important to just do it in an environment I feel comfortable in.
So do you feel like all that time that you did busking at San Juan Pier, it kinda helped you in a way for all these, like, TikTok competitions you do on live as well?
Oh, absolutely. I think it really built up my stamina and my determination because there's people like literally spitting on you, and people just walking by. And I really feel like it taught me how to present myself in front of people and also not look disappointed. It's really easy. So basically, the timeline of this is I started live streaming in 2020 when I had online class. I'd literally be in class on mute and live stream because I wanted to like get something done. I wanted to get my music out there. And that was doing really well because a lot of kids were doing school online. So during
Yeah.
their lunch break, I would stream at 12. Everyone would come in, so many viewers. But then when COVID kind of started going away and people were going back to in-person class, my lives weren't doing well. So I stopped doing that, went to the pier. But then
Oh.
I was getting so disappointed on my lives. And I feel like that also drove people away because it's your energy on your live that really drives people to come in. Because if you're like, where's all the views? Like, where is everyone? People don't come in. But I feel like the peer really taught me to be excited, even if one person's there, because it really put it into perspective. From live streaming for so long, I never actually saw these faces, but these were real people that took the second to stop me. And when I put it in perspective, how many people are coming to my lives, even if only 1,000 people total come, like I think of the pier and how imagine there were 1,000 people there. So it really helped me kind of put it into perspective and be grateful for how many people are coming to these live streams.
Dang, wow. All that really helped you develop that grind set, huh?
I really think so. I like that grind set.
Mhm.
Yeah, 100%.
And then I'm wondering too, because doing some research on you, I did find that you were in a Jubilee video, which is
Yes.
funny.
There's the dirt you were gonna bring up on
Mhm.
me.
I think it's so funny because I have a friend that did one, except, like, he was a male and, like, they were trying to impress just, like, someone that, to go on a date with, like, similar
Yeah.
like you, but I think he got 2nd or something. He didn't win, but he was, like, in top 2, and he says, like, because of that, people found him and, like, music people found him, and that's how he got his first record deal, which is
Wow.
funny.
I wish that happened to me. No, I honestly think that it was really good for me though, because it was the first time in my life where I had gotten exposure and realized that this I don't wanna sound like weird, but that people liked me. Like I wasn't sure how my music would translate to the public. When I saw that a lot of the viewers who watched this video were sad that I got out, I was like, wow, I could have supporters one day.
Mhm.
So I think that was the first thing that really made me realize, hey, I could actually do this full time.
And let's start from all the way from the beginning again too, because you said people that are influencing your sound now is like Lana, Billy, Britney,
Mhm.
but and you said like back then you listened to Selena and
Katy
Katy
Perry.
Perry, but who else like do you listen to? Who like what music do you listen to like growing up when you were a kid?
Literally just like Katy Perry over and over. I won an iPod in a 4th grade raffle, and I downloaded that Katy Perry album, and that is all I listened to, and Selena Gomez. But then, my parents always listened to 70s and 80s a lot. My mom was a big Beatles person, my dad loved Queen, and I never listened to it because I was like, "Mom, like, I don't listen to your music, like, that's old people music," you know? But, when I got to high school and I was in my band, a lot of my band members loved that kind of music,
Yeah.
70s, 80s, and I was like, when my friends listened to it, I was like, "Wait, this is kinda cool," and I realized how
Honestly,
much
yeah.
I had missed out on, and so, the Beatles are actually one of the huge reasons, the Beatles and Queen, why I started writing music in the first place. I became obsessed with the Beatles, obsessed, like, I know almost every single song, I could perform any
Interesting.
of them. I'm so obsessed with the songwriting and the storytelling, and I really think that the storytelling from the Beatles is what helped me kind of create the sound that I have now.
And, we've been yapping for quite a bit now.
Mhm.
And I feel like, honestly, even though we're doing an interview, I feel like we have enough synergy to do a podcast, so
Mm.
but, I feel like you just going straight to college, just being on your grind set, just being a musician, you're working a lot. And so I feel like
Yes.
sometimes it might be a little bit hard for you to make some friends. I'm wondering, you think we could be friends now?
Yeah, oh,
Oh,
100%.
yeah.
Yeah, I would love
Thank you.
that.
And I know you did make a Christmas album,
Mhm.
and, it's almost that time, and a thing I did love to do for my friends is give them gifts. So I do have some gifts for you.
Really? Oh
Yeah,
my
which is
goodness.
funny because we were talking about someone off camera before this interview, so it is similar vibes.
I
But
love that.
first one,
Wow.
early
No
Beatles.
way.
Yeah.
No
Do you know
way.
any of these songs?
I bet I do. I just bought my first record player
Perfect.
literally 2 weeks ago. Side 1, Love Me Do, Twist and Shout. I know every single song on here. Oh my gosh, is this for me?
Yeah, it's for
Really?
you.
No way. Literally, they're the reason I started writing music, so this really means a
You
lot.
met Ringo, right?
I did meet Ringo. That was I don't usually get starstruck. Living in LA, I feel like have you met some celebrity? I mean,
Yeah.
you do
Mhm.
this, so but I don't know, growing up, I was just kind of surrounded by you see, like, people like, I would go to a movie theater and Adam Sandler would be there, and
Yeah.
I never used to get really starstruck, but I beat Ringo Starr at one of my friend's art shows, and I couldn't speak. I wanted to tell him about how I'm a songwriter because I was just getting started too. So like being influenced by them for the first year, I've chills just talking about this. And then meeting Ringo, he came up to me. He was like, "Oh hi, I heard you're a fan," and I
Aw.
literally was like, I I make music or I like music. I don't even know what I said. And then I went in the bathroom and cried for 20 minutes. Like I couldn't keep it together. My mom was like, "Lola, get out of the bathroom. Like Ringo is here, talk to him." And I was like, "I can't." Like I literally just cried. And then I got home and I cried again. It was just
Mm.
so surreal. And it's like my idol, one of my
Yeah.
idols. It was
Well,
crazy.
hopefully you can meet Paul next.
That's the dream. That's the dream, man.
Alright, well, there's more, though.
There's more?
Yeah.
Oh my
It's a little
gosh.
bit of a holiday spirit, I guess.
Oh, I love it. Me too. Me
Next
too.
one, you did mention them, too. Queen.
Stop.
Yeah.
I feel like you're a magician right now.
News of the world.
Oh my
Very good
gosh.
record as well.
Yeah, very, very good record. Oh my goodness. Iconic. I'm so obsessed with these are the 2 artists. Like you didn't know I was gonna say that, and that's crazy.
Yeah, that's funny, yeah. But last but not least, to,
Oh my
christen
gosh.
your new sound, I wanted to give you one last gift, and it's actually Britney on picture.
Stop. Oh my
Yeah.
god, what? I feel like okay, like there's people in here right now if you're listening to this or watching this, and I feel like are we all mind blown right now? I feel like I'm pretty mind blown. I feel like there's a magician in front of me right now. This is crazy.
Alright, and then I have
Wow. Oh my gosh. This is one of my
I
favorite
know, it's
albums
so
of all
good.
time.
And,
Oh my
I
gosh.
guess, yeah, your outfit does give off a little bit of her vibes, like an award show or something, you know?
Her style is everything to
It's
me,
iconic.
and I wanna dress like that.
And then let's see, we do have one more thing to show you before we call it a wrap for this interview.
Oh my gosh, show me.
And, you've talked about your music, and I wanna see, we've heard your stuff, like, even the first song you did in 2018, but I wanna see maybe this is, like, one of where it all started for you. Let me see. Will this
I'm
work?
nervous now for you gonna show me.
Do you remember this musical?
How do you have that? What the heck? Yes.
So what musical was that for people that don't know?
That was oh my god, I'm probably, like, red right now. That was, from when I was in The Music Man in 2015. It's actually a Beatles song that was no, the Beatles covered it.
Mhm.
And, yeah, that was my first big role in a musical. I played Marion in The Music Man. I don't know how you have that video because I don't think I've ever posted that, but, that's crazy, and, that was my first show where I feel like there was a lot of competition in my theater production, um, group, and this was the first time where I felt like I was taken seriously. I got my role, and I feel like I low key slayed that.
Well, thank you for taking time to the interview. It's been a lot of fun. But before we turn off the camera though, is there anything else you like to say, like a message or anything else you want to plug about your music or what's coming
Oh,
up next for you?
absolutely. Yeah. So my new EP called One Night Only is going to be out sometime in April. I'm very excited about it. And it's going to be a completely new vibe and era for me. I'm in my dark pop, independent artist, businesswoman moves era. And I'm
Uh-huh.
just so excited for people to hear this. And I really hope that if you're listening to this, you follow me along on my music journey and be in it with me because things are gonna happen and I'm excited about it.